Have you ever felt like the world was against you? Have you ever had a dream so big that it scared you? I want to tell you about a woman who felt just like that. Her name is Joanne Rowling, but you probably know her as J.K. Rowling. She is the brilliant mind behind the world of Harry Potter. Before she was a famous author, she was a single mother. She was struggling to make ends meet. She faced a mountain of challenges that seemed impossible to climb. Her dream was to write a book about a boy wizard, but her reality was filled with hardship and uncertainty. This is not just a story about success. It is a story about incredible strength and the power of hope. Her main challenge was not just writing a book. It was believing in herself when no one else did. It was finding the strength to keep going when life kept pushing her down. Imagine being a single parent with very little money. You are responsible for a tiny baby. You feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. On top of all that, you are battling feelings of deep sadness and failure. The world saw a person struggling, but inside her, a magical world was waiting to be born. Her journey teaches us that our circumstances do not define our future. Our spirit and our determination do. Before the world fell in love with Harry Potter, publishing companies did not see the magic. J.K. Rowling finished her manuscript. She was so proud of it. She had poured her heart and soul into every single page. She sent it out to publishers, full of hope. But the responses that came back were not what she expected. One after another, they said no. Not once, not twice, but 12 times. Each no was like a closed door, making her dream feel further and further away. It felt like the world was telling her she had failed. Imagine the courage it takes to send your dream out into the world. Now imagine that world sending it back, stamped with rejected. This happened to J.K. Rowling. 12 different publishers looked at the story of Harry, Ron, and Hermione and said, no thank you. The struggle was not just professional, it was deeply personal. Her marriage had ended. She was jobless. She was trying to raise her daughter on government assistance. She famously wrote in cafes because she couldn't afford to heat her own apartment. She would walk her baby daughter until she fell asleep. Then, she would order a single coffee and write for as long as she could. Every story of great triumph has a moment of decision. It is a moment when the hero must choose between giving up and fighting on. For J.K. Rowling, this wasn't one dramatic event. It was a series of small, brave choices made every day. After each rejection letter, she had a choice. Put the manuscript in a drawer and forget it, or send it to one more publisher. She chose to keep trying. She chose to believe in her boy wizard. This was her turning point. A quiet, internal promise. She would not let failure be the final word. Rock bottom became the solid foundation she rebuilt on. When you feel like you've lost everything, you are also free. Free from the fear of failure because you're already there. She used that feeling not as an anchor but as a launching pad. Nothing left to lose. Courage to push forward with her true passion, writing. She gave her dream everything she had. She was disciplined. She treated writing like a job long before it paid her a single penny. She meticulously planned the entire 7-book series, creating a world so detailed it felt real. This level of preparation is hard work that often goes unnoticed. It is the deep, thoughtful effort that makes a story believable. She wasn't just telling a story. She was building a world, brick by magical brick. True magic comes from passion plus painstaking effort. Once J.K. Rowling made the choice to persevere, she backed it up with incredible action. Hope is the spark, hard work is the fuel. She did not just wish for her situation to improve, she worked relentlessly to make it happen. This meant writing whenever she could, writing wherever she could. It meant staying up late, getting up early. It meant sacrificing comfort, sacrificing free time. She was disciplined. She treated writing like a job. She planned character arcs and backstories, detailed world building. The action she took was not just about writing more, it was about writing smarter. Another key action was her persistence in finding an agent. After many rejections, she finally found an agent named Christopher Little. He picked it up because it was in an interesting binder. Once he started reading, he saw the potential. Together, they sent the manuscript to more publishers. Finally, Bloomsbury said yes. The editor's 8-year-old daughter read the first chapter and loved it. She demanded to read the rest, the breakthrough. But it only happened because of years of unseen work. Countless hours writing in cafes, detailed planning, resilience against rejection. It all led here. J.K. Rowling's story proves there's no substitute for hard work. No one achieves great things entirely on their own. We all need support. J.K. Rowling's journey was no different. One of the first was her literary agent, Christopher Little. He saw the spark in her manuscript when so many others had missed it. He became her champion, fighting to find a publisher who would see the same magic he did. Another form of support came from an unexpected place, the Scottish Arts Council. She received a grant which helped her financially so she could finish the book. This was more than just money, it was a form of validation. The editor at Bloomsbury, Barry Cunningham, was another vital ally. He ultimately decided to publish Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The editor's 8-year-old daughter read it and loved it. She demanded to read the rest. Support can come from the most surprising places. Support isn't always about grand gestures. It can be a word of encouragement. We can be the agent who sees potential. We can be the counsel that provides a grant. We can be the editor who says yes. Failure is one of our greatest teachers, if we are willing to listen. J.K. Rowling has been very open about the lessons she learned from her darkest times. One of the most important lessons was that failure stripped away the non-essential. All that was left was her daughter, her dream of writing. She learned that failure can be liberating, like kintsugi, making you stronger and more beautiful. It can free you to pursue what you truly love without the fear of what others might think. Every rejection letter tested her resolve. Instead of letting them break her, she let them make her stronger. No wasn't a destination, it was a detour. She learned to be tough, persistent, and to keep unwavering faith in her vision. Her struggles with poverty, depression, loss gave her deep insight into human suffering. That empathy is woven into her books, which is why millions connect so deeply. Her pain became her art. She turned shadows into light for others. You have magic inside you too. Finally, remember that you are the author of your own story. You hold the pen. Resilience is not about never falling down. It is about getting up one more time than you fall. When you face rejection, decide to try just one more time. Send one more email, make one more call, write one more page. Success is often found just beyond the point where most people quit. You can learn from your failures and use them to build a stronger foundation. So keep writing your story. Keep dreaming your dream. Keep fighting your fight. Your magical journey is waiting for you, and it begins with the brave and hopeful choice to simply keep going. If this inspired you, subscribe to the Tech Studios for more stories of real triumph. Remember, you hold the pen.